Hello and welcome back to your Small Spaces movement practices. Today we're going through a restorative yoga sequence aided to help with anxiety. Now, as always, I'm not a doctor. This is not a diagnosis. This is just something that has been known to help people. I will say sometimes with restorative yoga, yin yoga, there is a premise that I've heard from people about it actually causing them to have more anxiety. I do want to say that this is a practice, and as much as we're able to really sit with those feelings, work through them, take some rest down on our mat for our body, the better it will be. It's like anything else, it just takes a little bit of practice. Of course, if there's something, any kind of overwhelming feeling that is really getting to you, you can always stop. But I do know that the more that you do it, the more you practice it, the easier it will become. And the practice is the stillness and the silence with yin and restorative pretty equally there. I recommend having something like a pillow today. A mat is not necessarily required if you have carpet, soft space, bed even if you wanted to, but probably a mat would be a little bit better than a bed in this case. And we're going to start down on our back. I like to have this pillow here for my head. And you might have knees bent, feet planted. You might bring your knees not together. Take a couple nice deep breaths. And take as many more of these deep breaths as you need to continue to settle into your body and your space. Feel the weight of your body on your mat. Clothes against your skin, a soft pillow underneath your head. The temperature of your breath, cool as it comes in, warm as it comes back out. Anxiety would really like us to live out of the present moment. So the more that we can return to our body and our breath, surroundings, the less power that anxiety will have over us. Continue to soften and melt into your space with each passing breath. Each posture we find today, which will be too many. Try to grant yourself that stillness and serenity. Even if it feels impossible or feels like you're faking it, practice will always help you get towards perfect. Let's take 2 more breaths. Slowly gather your knees into your chest. You might invite a gentle rock side to side, or you might just stay still. Sometimes this gentle touch with ourselves can be a really healing thing. Something I used to practice when I lived alone, when I was single. There's no one there to provide you the touch that you need. Why can't we do it for ourselves? You might feel a nice stretch on your low back. Carefully start to bring yourself up to a seat. We'll just go through a little bit of seated postural work today. Remove your prop and pillow. We'll find a child's pose balasana with this prop. So toes together. You might want to have a little bit wider of your knee so that the pillow can go between. You'll bring it towards you so that when you rest down, your chest, belly, and torso have something to rest onto. Sometimes I hold the pillow, sometimes I rest my forehead. You could extend arms long if you're craving that chest stretch. Take a moment to get settled, and then when you're ready, lower yourself down, staying steady with your breath. Closing your eyes doesn't suit you at any time. Just have a soft gaze out over the tip of your nose. Your next inhale to press yourself back up and off of your pillow, and you can actually leave it but just scoot it a little bit further in front of you. Have a seat so that your right hip or left hip, doesn't really matter, we'll go both ways, but one of your hips is right near that edge of your pillow. This is one of my favorite things to used to do with a pillow or a bolster. Essentially, you'll come to lie on your side on top of it, so you'll extend down. Arm can go long, arm can be supported by the head. Some people like to even straighten one of their or both of their legs out. I don't really have the room, so I'm gonna stick with bent. And starting with that side stretch, allow yourself to soften and be supported by your prop. As we continue here, you'll have some options to add some layers on. If you're happy here in your side stretch, you are more than welcome to stay. If you like a little bit more twist, press up, parallel your chest and torso down onto the pillow. Adds a little bit of extra twist into your hips and your back, but if you prefer being down on your side, always listen to your body. I'm just here to guide. Last addition here, if you'd like, bring your left cheek towards your prop. Now I'll add a little bit more stretch into your neck. The next breaths will press you back up and off of your prop. And then turn away so that your back is at the base of it. Hug everything in. Sometimes it can be helpful, like our child's pose, like our tiny ball here, to round and just disconnect from all of the external stimuli we experience a lot throughout our day, particularly with our technology. Make our way to our other side. So you'll flip around. Opposite hip is by your prop. Adjust it as you need to. We'll start down on our side. Even if you've added on, come there first. Extend that arm long. Support yourself with your prop and your arms. Add it on, you're welcome to add your twist at any time. Just in torso parallel with your prop, head can come down. find that your mind wanders off, the practice is just simply noticing that that has happened and trying to bring ourselves back to our breath and our body, the sensations that we feel. Remind we're wander, we're human beings, we have a lot going on. The practice is how we bring ourselves back and how we simply notice that we have drifted off. Add a bit extra neck stretch, you're welcome to look over your left shoulder. Next breath, we'll press you back up. Same thing as our first side. Flip away, take a little curl and round into yourself. We'll start to make our way back down, so your prop actually rotate. We will do it legs up the wall. So if you have a wall or surface you could put your feet up onto, that will feel the best, but you're welcome to hold your legs up or use the prop, but the wall really allows us to stay and soften into it. So I'm gonna sit right up against the base of the wall. Bring my pillow with me. And then feet will go up. Arms can do a couple different things here. Sometimes I like them onto me. Sometimes I like a goalpost. Whatever suits you. That connection point of the touch to you feels good. Maybe even hand on heart, hand on belly. So legs up the wall. This is a supported inversion. Inversion is really good for us in general, but has been known to be very helpful with anxiety because it's literally changing the direction of your blood flow. So your blood is flowing down away from your feet, back to your head and your heart. Changes up our perspective quite literally. Sometimes can help with our sleep-wake cycle. Anxiety loves for us to live in that anxiety, and oftentimes that makes us not sleep super well. Also has been known to help boost serotonin, of course the part of the mind that makes you happy and feel good. wanders off, simply notice that it's happened and then bring yourself back to body, to breath. If you're following along with this playlist and music, for our final posture today, we'll end in a staff pose, Dandasana, wrap in a Shavasana or corpse pose, which can oftentimes be really difficult to stay in and maintain if you're feeling anxious or triggered. So to find our staff pose, start to bend your knees. There's not a super graceful way to come away from a wall, so I typically just roll over onto my side and rest myself up. You might consider having your pillow, see how you feel. This is a supported staff pose, so your back will now go against that wall. You can always sit on the pillow. Today I'm going to put it underneath my knees, just to add some softness there. For this staff pose, feel all the points of your back that can press into the wall, even up to the head and the neck. If you prefer Shavasana down on your back, that is more than welcome here. You can always stay as long as you'd like. Sometimes being in a slightly more active position is a little bit better for us emotionally. Palms face down on your thighs to ground. Maybe palms face up on your thighs if you're looking to receive. Feel free to stay in your rest as long as you need. Whenever you're ready to move on with the rest of your day, wiggle your fingers, your toes, deepen your breath. Since we're most likely already seated, you can remain where you are. Just start to rub your hands together, create some warmth and heat. And place them over your heart and really, really press, not just touch gently, but press. Hands in, take a deep breath. As you're feeling ready to move on with the rest of your day or night, you are ready to do so. Hope you feel a little bit more calm and relaxed, and I will see you next time.